Good, y'all? It's your boy Cam back with another YouTube video, and today we're gonna be checking out this video from Candace Owens, and she's gonna be interviewing this dude named Marc Lamont Hill. Not exactly sure who Marc Lamont Hill is. Never heard of this dude before, but apparently he says some crazy things in this video. I never seen the full clip, so maybe the clip is taken out of context. So I wanted to watch a little bit of the video. So let's get right into this video. But before the video starts, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, bro. And let's get it.
We have to do a few things. For me, I think the easy part, and this is the part I think you and I agree on, is that we have to accept, and we should accept people as they present themselves in the world, right? Like if someone says my pronouns are, if I told you my pronouns were she, her, you would address me as she and her, right?
No, I would.
No, I don't have to do that. You want me to though.
Really?
No, I would call you Marc.
Okay, but you wouldn't call me he.
No, because I mean I would call you Marc. You know, if that was something that made you comfortable. But if I saw you,
and if I said my name was Jane, would you then call me Jane?
If that was your legal name, yes.
But you'd only call me by my legal name.
Yeah, I call you by your legal name. I don't have an issue with that. But I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to change what these established pronouns for male and female because you say I'm Marc and here I am.
So what do you? So I really want to ask you. I'm genuinely curious about this. But first, let me just say I think that one, this isn't a case of someone thinking there's something that they're not. What people are saying is that there is a misalignment between my sex and my gender.
Disorder.
No,
that's the point. My mind and my body don't match. That's a disorder.
That doesn't make it a disorder. It just means that the world may be more diverse than we've previously understood it to be, whether we see it in plants, whether we see it in animals. There's all kinds of complexity, and we look in history. I mean, even we go back to the continent of Africa, we look in Asia. There's all kinds of examples of people who have complicated gender performances and complicated understandings of gender, and how we perform gender can be different. But I guess my question for you would be, why, if someone identifies as, particularly in a, someone who you engage with, say it's a colleague at work or whomever, a family member, whomever, if they say, look, I prefer to be called she and her, and I no longer want to be identified by this name, why not just honor that?
If you changed your name, I will honor it.
But why not? I mean, I'm sure you call people by nicknames, dog. I'm sure you grew up in a black neighborhood, right? People, I know you know somebody named Peanut, right?
Yeah.
Right. You don't say, well, that's not your legal name. Your mama named you Joe. I'm gonna call you Joe.
No, I'm saying if a name is one thing, but if you're asking me to change pronouns, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Because these are established pronouns. You're asking me to now change the English language, right? We know why we call female she, her, girl, woman. Okay, these are words that have meanings. These are words that have meaning. So this is a book, right? So could you call this? This is a book, and this is a mug. Could you call this a book and call this a mug? Yes, you could do that if you want to change it. But words have meanings, right? So now if I switch it and you say, well, this mug wants to be called a book, it's a mug. It's just a mug. This is the word we've established for mugs. This is the word we've established for books.
Yeah.
So you're asking me to change the actual meaning of words to accommodate you. I'm not going to do that.
No,
now,
I'm not going to
do that. It is, because not only is it a request, you can now get in trouble in certain states
I'm saying that's not
for misgendering someone.
The request of the trans community is not that I'm actually a man, but I want you to pretend I'm a woman. The argument of the trans community, which I agree with, is no, I am a woman. And so I want you to revert me.
But you're not a woman. So that's the problem. So this is what I say is now you've asked me to take on your mental disorder, right? So I am okay with the fact the argument from my uncle who thinks he's a Native American from a certain tribe is that this is what he thinks. He thinks, but he's not. Okay, so I'm not, then to say to me that argument is valid because he thinks it, no. Just because you think something doesn't make it real, okay?
Yeah. But that's exactly what gender is. Gender is exactly about an experience and a performance and a social construct.
It's not a social construct. Stop saying a social construct. To say that words don't have meaning and they're socially...
Like, words mean things, Marc.
It means nothing, and I'll tell you why.
They are.
But you say that, but then
This wasn't always a book.
Okay,
this could be called mug.
So then you know what it is? Our entire discussion about Black America meant nothing. There's no such thing as racial injustice. You see what I did there? Because black is a social construct.
Yeah, but we live in a social reality. So within that social reality...
It can't be both, Marc. So you either think that the gender wage gap is BS, that feminism is wrong, and that racial disparities are all BS because everything's a social construct. You're either going to go full postmodernist and say nothing is real and it's all made up, or you're going to acknowledge that there are some hard, concrete truths. If there are hard, concrete truths, you and I are Black, okay? That's not going to change because we wake up and we decide, you know what, today I'm white and it's just how I feel, and today I'm Chinese. No. You and I are black, okay?
Yeah.
We are acknowledged as black people. We're sitting down as black people. I am a woman. You are a man, okay? Now, if I want to wake up tomorrow and say I'm a man, you want to say you're a woman, and we want to play the crazy game, we can do that. To then say all of society now is to pretend that it was all a social, no, it was a social contract. You were born a male. I was born a female.
Yes, that's a sex.
We are black. Okay, it's a color though. Black it's a word that we use to say a sex. Female is a word that we use that has a meaning.
Yes,
it means you are born with a vagina. You can have children. You have a uterus. When you are a male, you are born with a penis. You can get a woman pregnant. These words have real meanings. We cannot suddenly get into society where there are no truths.
So to acknowledge a social construct does not mean that we ignore biology, and it doesn't mean that we don't have.
Can men get pregnant?
Depends. I know.
What does it depend on?
I know trans men.
Oh my gosh. This man is so oblivious to the truth. It's scary, bro.
Can get pregnant.
I don't know what. It depends on what? On how you feel and what you think.
It doesn't mean that we don't have.
Can men get pregnant?
Depends.
On what?
I know.
What does it depend on?
I know trans men that can get pregnant.
That means it's a woman.
Yeah.
Only one sex can get
that's
pregnant.
a circular argument. That's
It's not a
begging the
circular
question.
argument.
Yeah.
It's proving my thing. There is a truth, a concrete truth. You have to be born with a uterus to have a baby. Only women can get pregnant. The fact that we've arrived in a society where
Right, that's the part I'm disagreeing with. That's the part I'm disagreeing
There's
with.
nothing to disagree with it. These are facts. So you can say that this person who is pregnant identifies as a man. That person was born a woman. I can tell you that every single time because only women can have sex because there are concrete truths about life.
Have babies.
Can have babies, pardon. And that is a hard truth about life. You cannot make that go away because you want to call a man, somebody who has a beard and dresses like a dude a woman. Only if it's pregnant, I can tell you exactly what it is. It's a woman.
So I'll give you, let's go back to the social construct thing because then it'll answer the thing you just said. I'm not ignoring what you just said. I want to tie it together. So the idea.
Like, just because you wearing the costume, bro, doesn't mean I'm going to, all right.
My point was that a social construct doesn't ignore physical realities, right? The social construct is about how we as a society make sense of those physical realities, right? So, for example, you said we're black. Sure, right? I'm trying to think of a light skin.
Is she lying? Are we all not black? Like, what's going on?
Black person, right? They're black, right? We'd agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go to the Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to PR. Let's go to Puerto Rico. Let's go to Jordan. Let's go to Iraq. Let's go to Sudan.
Okay.
Let's go to Ghana, right? And let's go to South Africa. I'm picking these places very specifically because they have different racial logics and racial paradigms. And what it means to be black here, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a universal blackness, right? That in Dominican, there might be 5 different other racial categories, right? And there are some light-skinned black folk here who, when they go to Ghana, get basically seen as white, right? Because of how we socially construct it. Doesn't mean my biology changed. Doesn't mean my physical reality changed, but how society engages this stuff is what makes it a social construct. So similarly, when it comes so I'm not ignoring the realities of race. So with race and racism in America, and then I'm going to take it back to the gender thing. When it comes to race and racism in America, it's yes, biologically we're all the same, right? Black people, white people, there's an infinitesimal difference between a black person and a white person in terms of our genetics, right? This is superficial stuff. But that's a biological reality, right? It's a biological fact, right? Just like as biologically true as me being born with a penis, right? But the truth is, but the idea that there's social meanings attached to that blackness that make people fear me or that make people think that that person's life is worth more because they're white or whatever, those are social meanings that are arbitrary
Correct.
and different. So to acknowledge social constructs doesn't mean you ignore biological realities.
But you just did that when you said that men could give birth.
So similarly, what I'm saying is that I'm not denying the biological reality of maleness, of the genitalia we're assigned at birth and what we can do with those body parts.
Right.
I'm not denying that. That's a biological reality. Again, the social meaning I'm attaching to it is what I'm saying is more complicated.
But it's not complicated. Can men give birth?
Sometimes. That's my answer. Yes.
And the answer that is crazy. And this is we cannot.
Look at sir, Marc Lamont Hill. Don't procreate, bro. Please. Oh my goodness. He probably already have kids. Or I don't know.
Sometimes. That's my answer. Yes.
And the answer that is
Sometimes, bro. Could you imagine if he had boys and he's like, it's okay, my boys. Y'all can have kids sometimes. Bro, do you know what that's gonna do to that kid, man?
men give birth?
Sometimes. That's my answer. Yes.
And the answer that is crazy. And this is we cannot. It's just crazy. We cannot allow this to happen.
But you wouldn't say the definition of being a woman is the
truths.
ability to give birth.
And I'm not saying it's, but only women can give birth is a factually true statement. Only women can give birth. There's only one type of human being
Only
that
people
can
with
give
uteruses
birth.
and vaginas
Yes,
and
can
stuff
give
can
birth.
give birth.
Only women can give birth.
I'm not
Men
disagreeing
cannot
with
give
that.
birth.
I'm not.
You are disagreeing with that because you just said sometimes a man can get pregnant.
Uteruses and vaginas
Yes,
and
can
stuff
give
can
birth.
give birth.
Only women can give birth.
I'm not,
Men
I'm not
cannot
disagreeing
give
with that.
birth.
I'm not, and that here's what I think we're talking past each other. What I'm saying is, I'm not disputing the fact that certain body parts yield certain kinds of possibilities, right? What I'm disagreeing with is the idea that that is the measure of whether or not you're a man or a woman in society.
Okay, but
It doesn't care. It doesn't matter what you feel about it. It just what is.
now
You
come
you can't do that. You can't do that, bro.
to a point where if you say
Man or a woman in, right? What I'm disagreeing with is the idea that that is the measure of whether or not you're a man or a woman in society.
okay, but it is
How else? I mean, other than looking at someone, how else can I say a doctor? How else can a doctor measure what gender a baby is, bro? You want the baby to wait? Don't tell me the gender of the baby right now, doctor. Wait till they grow up because I don't want you to misgender my baby. So let's wait till they grow up and they can identify as whatever they. No, are you?
now come to a point where if you say that only women can give birth, you are called a bigot. That is crazy. That's nuts. If you say, like J.K. Rowling did when she got
So I'm a bigot if I say that, bro. I'm a racist if I say that. I'm a bigot.
canceled by the Harry Potter cast, that only women can menstruate.
Wow.
Okay, can men get their period? Can you help my audience? Can men get their period?
Some can.
Okay.
Some can. He's like standing on that hill. It's like I feel like he pranking me, but he could be dead serious, man. Like he could be really dead serious. He probably brainwashed, you know? I don't understand.
Yeah, trans men. There's some trans men who can. And again, I think it's okay to ask interesting questions. I think it's okay to have intellectual debates. But I don't think that we ever want to enter a space where we deny the humanity. And I'm not saying you are, but to deny the humanity or the experiences of other people.
Like I said, I was totally okay with trans until it became a demand. What you are denying is my ability to be an intelligent human being, right? You're denying my ability to talk about science and biology in a meaningful way. You are now making your existence is actually infringing on mine. Okay.
How so?
And because when you make it a requirement now that I have to pretend that men can give birth and men can menstruate and there needs to be tampons as the ACLU is fighting for in male restrooms, and that if I don't see the reason, the importance of that, then I'm a bigot. I'm someone that doesn't accept. No.
But
I
those same
accept you if you want to run around and you want to wear a dress and you want to call yourself Tiffany and you want to put
But
a
you won't call
pillow
me
in
Tiffany.
if you want, I don't need to know your name. It doesn't mean anything to me. If you want to call, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't believe your
That's
name.
a good point. I don't need to know your name. I don't even need to associate with you.
Tiffany, if a person comes up to me and they're in a dress and a skirt
Okay.
and they say, my name's Tiffany. Okay, cool. Tiffany, cool.
Right.
But when it becomes Candace is a bigot because she won't acknowledge that, Tiffany the man got her period and can have a baby, I'm not playing that game. I will never
So tomorrow,
back
I'll come
down.
on your show tomorrow, and I have decided that, or a year from now, suddenly I have reimagined my identity, and I have recognized and affirmed my identity as a trans woman, and I no longer
reimagined my identity. This man is living in the la la land, bro. I'm like,
and I have recognized and affirmed my identity as a trans woman, and I no longer want to identify as Marc. I want to identify, as to use your example, as Tiffany. You wouldn't be like, this book says Marc, you're Marc. You'd call me Tiffany.
I'd call you Tiffany, but I'm not going to call you she and her because that has real meaning, and I'm not going to play the
What's
game.
compromised by that is what I'm trying to understand.
My reality. You're now saying you've transformed your reality, and now I have to pretend that words have no meanings, and they do have meanings, right? So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to call you. Hi, Tiff. How you doing, Tiff? Did you have a good day, Tiff? Great, Tiff. I'm not going to then say she. I'm not doing that. And if people cannot, if people the demand,
But you won't misgender me either.
what? I'll just call.
I think that's fair. She already reaching, calling you Tiffany when your name Marc. You know what I'm saying? Like she already reaching, calling you Tiffany. But you know what I'm saying? I'll call you Tiffany. But I'm not saying she in the other room. she right here. Look at her. Y'all can't just take that?
Tiffany.
And if they say where'd Tiffany go, you're not gonna be like he just left. You'll say she just left.
I'll probably slip up once or twice. But
I'm not talking about
Tiffany
mistakes, but I'm
left.
saying you wouldn't intentionally misgender me.
No, I wouldn't intentionally misgender you, but I don't want Tiffany in my bathroom. I don't want Tiffany
But
in
you also
my
don't want
spaces.
tampons in the other bathroom. That's
Right?
what I don't get.
No, I don't care. I think it's stupid. I think it's foolish. I think it's dumb. But if that's really where guys want to go, do it. I don't care. It's not my business. It doesn't impact me. I don't have to go in the bathroom. But I don't want Tiffany in my bathroom.
And you okay? Are you okay with gender neutral bathrooms?
That's how most bathrooms are. That's all. Go on the plane. They're all gender neutral.
No, I got you. But
Yeah,
I'm saying
bathroom, fine.
But
Cool.
I'm saying designating a specific one like in public spaces, like restaurants.
Yeah, I hate that they say gender neutral because usually they just say bathroom. Like you don't need to say gender neutral. It just says
No way they have bathrooms that do that already. Are you kidding me?
bathroom.
I haven't seen one. Have y'all seen a bathroom that says gender neutral? Anytime you go to a restaurant or a McDonald's or something like that, let me know, man.
Just seems to be an extra step of virtue signaling to say gender neutral. You just put bathroom. Everyone knows what that means.
No, but a lot of times in places like, for example, in our university, we have male bathrooms, we have female bathrooms, and then we have gender neutral bathrooms.
You can just put bathroom. Everyone knows what it means. You put WC. Everyone knows what it means.
I think they just want to be seen. You know, they just want that post. Oh, I'm gonna use Walmart. If Walmart started doing it, they just want to be like, they want someone to take a picture. Hey guys, come shop at Walmart. They have gender neutral bathrooms. They just want to be seen. You know, but it's like
It means anybody can go here. That's always been that way since the beginning of time. And then suddenly the trans lobby wanted to say gender neutral, and suddenly we had to put gender neutral.
That's so fascinating because I find it actually be the right in this case, and I'm not.
Planes. Do they say gender neutral? Or
I'm
just
with you.
bathroom?
I'm with you. I mean, grandmom's house.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, right? I mean, no one called it gender. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But I often find that it's the anti-trans community that's like, oh my God, a gender neutral bathroom.
Because it's the
God made bathroom for man, bathroom for woman.
No,
I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, they've always been just bathrooms. Usually at small places, just bathrooms. It's fine, but like I can't stand the preamble to the Constitution. Any person can go here. We don't care whether you. Just shut up.
I think that's a good thing. I think
It's
that's
just annoying. It's just the constant virtue signaling. Just shut up. Just
hey, you gotta just put bathroom. We don't have to be extra. You don't need to put this is a gender neutral bathroom so I can get a post on TikTok. Put me on your TikTok, guys, so everybody can come here when they think of a bathroom. Like, nah, bro, just put bathroom, bro. You don't need to be extra.
It's about affirming people's identity.
You don't need your identity affirmed on a bathroom sign. If you need
You
that,
do if you've been denied access.
it just says bathroom.
That's privilege.
It's not privilege.
That's cisgender privilege. It really
oh my
is.
God!
It is.
Stop.
Cisgender privilege. I need to be
made-up
quiet.
term.
I need to be quiet before they try to take my video down. So
Cisgender privilege. It's just a bathroom.
All words are made up.
I
What
mean,
are you talking
it's just
about?
it's just
It's
a
a
bathroom.
necessary word.
It's like and
No,
this
but what
is
I'm saying is, if you've been constantly denied access to
all
something,
words are made up to have meaning. You're trying to take away the meaning.
affirming that you can come here matters because there's a long history of trans people.
just right bathroom.
Right, and I'm saying, just right bathroom historically,
Candace is so frustrated, bro. It's insane.
it still excluded people who are visibly gender nonconforming. If you go throughout history, you know how many people are kicked out of restaurants and not even allowed to sit in the restaurant, much less use the bathroom because their gender doesn't seem to line up with society's expectations. And so saying you can come here too is a sign of saying we welcome you. It's just like when you see like an ally sign or a rainbow flag on a restaurant. It's not saying that anyone who doesn't have one means gay people can't come in, but the point is because places have been so hostile, affirming that you can come in
Nothing
matters.
annoys me more than that crap. I mean, I tell you, nothing annoys me more than seeing that crap everywhere all the time. It's just, you gotta have the Black Lives Matter flag, the LGBT flag, the this sign. It's like, dude, since when are people not allowed to just buy furniture? I don't need you to have 18 different signs. Like, I just want to walk into the furniture store. It's not
Because
everything.
people aren't welcome.
Would
you be okay if they're American flag? Would you be mad at an American flag?
Can you
hanging
help
up?
me? When
What? Oh, she gonna say it. She gonna say it.
people in America not allowed to buy furniture? You're gonna have to help me out with that.
It's not specific to furniture, but gay people.
No, I'm saying like it's every store now. It's every store. They have to put a flag.
There is a historical narrative.
When were gay people not allowed to go into McDonald's?
As long as there have been McDonald's, and public, and this isn't specific to McDonald's.
No, I understand if there's maybe a customer sees you walk in, they're like, and they're just being an a-hole, but not most places not go do something if you walk in. They just want your money, to be real with you. They just want your money so you can leave and come back again.
saying that in terms of public accommodations, people who identify as gender nonconforming, we can talk about gay, lesbian, bisexual, but I'm talking specifically right now about trans folk. Yes, they're often denied access to public spaces like restaurants, like furniture stores, like hospitals, etc. And part of the reason, and again, there's plenty of that on this, is that when they're in public space, they're often criminalized. They're often seen as sex workers. They're often seen as doing something illicit, even if they're just walking down the street. So the reason you see an overrepresentation of trans women, for example, being stopped and searched and frisked or apprehended or questioned, even when they've done nothing, or presumed to be doing sex work just because they're on a corner, like literally they could be crossing the street, is because there's an expectation of who and what they are, a social construct. And so, yes, to say, look, you can come here, we want you here, we won't be judged here, this is a safe haven here, is entirely reasonable. If I had a university, to use your argument earlier, and I think it's okay for a university on the website to say, hey, we value diversity of opinion. We want conservatives too, right? Now you might say, well, why do I need to say that? Conservatives should be allowed anywhere. But you would say universities are hostile spaces to conservatives. So if I wanted to signal to conservatives that they were welcome here too, I would have to go above and beyond to say that, because they're typically not. And so I would, by your argument, and so I'm saying similarly, if a place is denying access historically, a country, to queer folk or to trans folk, then I'm saying, yeah, we got to do something extra to say that.
Maybe we should come up with a flag for conservative people. I
think it's red, white, and blue. There's like 50 stars.
Oh, just America? That's it? We'll take it. Everyone start putting American flags so we know that it's safe for conservatives to go in.
Maybe it's the Confederate one. Maybe it's the Confederate one. I don't know.
I mean, whatever. I will wrap this by saying I think this was a very important discussion.
Yeah, this is fun.
I think there needs to be more of this. We don't have to agree, but we cannot be scared to have the conversation. People benefit from seeing different perspectives. In the Black community, we are not all a monolith. I disagree with Marc on virtually everything he has said here, but I will
know what that does for me and my fans. Thank you.
But I will defend his right to say it to the death of me. I think we need more diversity of thought and more diversity of opinion, and I deeply respect you for coming onto the show and saying what you believe on.
Yeah, man, shout out to Marc. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with having the conversation, y'all.
Thank you for inviting me. And everybody should buy this book. It's called Nobody, Casualties of America's War.
Well, first, you're going to get 2 minutes where you actually can pitch whatever you want.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, we're going to...
Yeah, man. That's the end of the video. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. You know, I'm not going to agree. I can't agree with most of the things Marc has said in this video. You know what I'm saying? I'm honestly shook the fact he said some men could get pregnant. It's like, you can't make this stuff up, but it's like, you honestly could, you know? But yeah, man, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how you felt about this video, man. Do you think gender is a social construct and men could get pregnant? What side you on, bro? Let me know. But I'll see y'all in the next video, and make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see y'all later, man. Peace.